Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing fantastic. We all watch movies, we all consume music, basically entertainment. We all get entertained through different formats and mediums. Netflix, YouTube, any platform that is used in your country and focused on such. But what is the main purpose? Is it only just entertainment or there is a bigger plan? Do you really think that all these organizations or labels or entertainment companies, studios, they are just doing it for the sake of making money? That's not true. It is a tool for sociology. So the construct of teaching without teaching, this belief, whenever I am telling people about teaching without teaching, listening without listening, they don't understand that it is happening on a subconscious level, subliminal level. The subject or the human being or whoever is receiving the visual and audible stimulation through simulation, animated or real, they do not know that they are being manipulated for positive gain for yourself or for negative gain. Not negativity is not a gain, but for your loss by some adversary or by a bad actor. When I say actor, I do not mean a real actor. I mean a person calling the shots, a person who holds the cards and playing those cards. Okay, it is not just, movies are not just to make money. It is a tool for sociology, for population control, directing the populations, the masses, or a group within the population, specific segments, age, group, ethnicity, purchasing power, whatever the characteristics are, they are trying to impose their values, their ideas, their goal. They're trying to attain or achieve their goals using this medium. Okay, and most people, even so-called educated ones, they do not understand that. They think this is some magical land, something non-existent, some conspiracy. Since everyone is busy in technology, very few people pay attention to these things. Common people do not pay attention. They just consume and get manipulated. They just consume this and get manipulated. Some are manipulated in the highest way possible, where they do not have control over their own thoughts and actions. It does not mean you are fully hypnotized. You will do your breakfast, you will do your classes, you will do your job, but the perpetrator or the director or the programmer, but not the software programmer, the reality programmer, the social programmer who is programming you, if they had 5 goals, some of them they may achieve one goal. Those subjects, people, they may do only one thing. Some of the people, they may do 5 out of 5. And there could be different objectives set by corporations or studio companies in different countries for different people or globally. And this is a big architecture. Okay? This is one big architecture that people cannot, common people, and who are unaware, they cannot wrap their head around. Okay? So, for example, you have this, and I will describe what is this. This, you have the timeline. Okay, this is timeline. What is this? Masses or people or whatever. Suppose there are 1 billion consumers or watchers or audience. Okay, suppose it was 30 years ago, one very famous movie came out. You were 10 years old. 10 years old. Okay, and this is the ultimate objective. This is the goal that the perpetrator or the director or the programmer have in their mind for you to behave in a certain way. Okay, so their goal could be, for example, you work for XYZ goal, like your internal goal. You think you should be doing this, or you should be working for XYZ company or XYZ whatever. Okay, could be a goal, your life goal, family goal, organizational goal, money goal, professional goal, hobby goal. Okay, or some action you want to do this in your life. Okay, so the journey started from here. Now the perpetrator, the programmer of human mind, they started here. They picked something that is very unorthodox. Your belief, your own belief system is against it or for it. So it will either, if suppose your brain is a vehicle, it will either quadruple it, make it 500x stronger, that core belief that was already imposed and put inside your brain collectively, or it would be pro or against, whatever it is. So from this 1 billion, 30 years ago, from just a hypothetical example, very famous movie came out, could be any movie, you know. This is not that I'm gonna pick a specific movie and make this lecture interesting like entertainment or whatever. If you watch movies, everyone does. I do not need to give specific examples. You can connect the dots, okay? Maybe later I will give example to make it more interesting or entertaining. But this is just higher level abstraction, just little below abstraction, okay? So, and then within the timeline, now you really like that movie. Out of 1 billion, 100 million people really like that movie. Out of those 100 million, 1 million internalize the core belief that certain people are certain way, certain things are certain way. And you started making up your mind that, hey, I saw it in a movie. Plus, now the second touch point or second enforcer of your belief that were inserted through this into your cognitive system, it can further solidify it. So you do not forget what you were instructed subliminally. Again, teaching without teaching. Okay, so then out of this 1 billion, 1 million will come to the conclusion that, hey, this is the way I would do. Now, if this is a country or organization or crazy people or whatever, now you are working for them indirectly because you do not see them. Even if you see them, they do not say certain things that would whoosh, remove the mask. So you are working, you are following their instrument. It is not always step 1, step 2, step 3. Sometimes they just put the thought and you self-organize things around you to achieve your objective. While you are thinking your objective, there is a higher person or controller for whom you are achieving your goal. You may make some money, little bit or a lot. You get relief or feel better that you did something. Suppose you want to go in sports or whatever. So this is a full landscape. It is a full picture where I'm trying to communicate the core idea and how it happens. Okay? So suppose this is the timeline. You were 10 years old. Then when you are 20 years, suppose instead of one movie, you are getting 5 news stories that get viral and reach 1 billion or more people, or 500 different news components that reflect the properties or the ideas of the same vehicle of ideas that were inserted in your brain, now going towards conclusion. Okay? It could be any format, medium, content, platform. Now you will understand that you are going full circle. Now, 30 years ago, they did not have those devices or internet or any technology. But they had installed the devices, not those devices, the cognitive devices, not electronics. Could be any object, could be any element from audio or video. Whatever is entering your visual cortex or your brain, to simplify it. Okay? But now you have tracking, you have analytics, you have this data, ocean of data that is coming into the system, this big system. Okay? Whatever you call it, this is not supercomputer. They are getting data from data center, data lake, whatever. And now what they can do, suppose they have your date of birth, or they just have nothing, but they can figure out some parts of your personality, or where you belong, or who you are, or what you were and what you are and what you will be. How are you useful for the higher elite, if you call them elite or anything. Now the elite could be with financial influence and without financial influence. Both are equally powerful. Okay? So now they will connect the dots and put new methods, new content, and reinforce those on those values. Okay? And then out of 1 million, well, from 1 billion, 1 million came here, right? A million population. Some of them might do their objective, might achieve their goals. Okay? So this is not a full lecture. I have covered other things in other lectures. But over here, I just want you to open your brain, open your mind to start looking at things differently in a proper way. It does not mean that every expression of art is manipulated. Sometimes it is, or many times. I think you can decide if it is many times or sometimes or some origins. It is every time. And if it is an individual, mostly it is just their own internal struggle that they are depicting in a creative form. Okay? But there are things that are happening, and you should be aware about all these things. Okay, guys, so tell me if you liked this. And I'm not saying that it is good or it is bad. Just like any other tool, I'm just showing you that these sciences exist. You may call it black magic, psychology, neurology, neuromarketing, whatever you call it. this exists, it does change people, it does achieve objectives for countries and organization and individuals and group of individuals. Okay, so I just wanted to cover this. If you want my own consultation on your business, how ethically you can improve your revenue, increase your creative output or the persuasion elements, then you can reach me out. You can find my website. You can also look into the description. So I hope you like this video. Please ask questions. Tell me what's the next topic I should make video on. Comments are open. Thank you for watching.